How y'all doing, everybody? This is RayRebelEars.com with another episode of the Rebel Ears podcast. Today we got Lex in the building.
Yo, yo, yo.
One thing I noticed, he got a bachelor's degree in music.
Yep.
You doing your own production.
Yep.
You're an engineer.
Yep.
And you're an artist.
Yep.
Man, starting off, a lot of people don't understand being a creative. There's so many things that goes along with it, especially with you giving insight during your release.
Yeah.
Dope release. I appreciate Alex Ransom for inviting me.
Yeah,
Shout out to her.
Shout out, Alex.
But let's talk about your background starting off as an artist.
Okay, so when I turned 17, funny story, I wanted to start doing music because some people in high school were doing it too. You know, cool kids, you see them doing some shit, you like, oh shit, I think I could do that. I want to try that out. And I remember distinctively, he was like, hey man, like $45, $50 an hour. I'm like, they come to your crib, nigga, and record? He like, yeah. And that shit just pissed me off. So I was like, man, I'm finna go learn how to do this shit on my own. And from there, I just started learning how to record myself.
So what do you use? Do you use Pro Tools, Logic?
I am certified to use anything just because of my degree. I went to school. So I've been trained to use Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, Logic, all that.
Ableton?
I personally prefer Logic.
Yeah.
Just me. Ableton's pretty cool too. I like Ableton too. But them two, yeah.
Yeah. A big thing about Logic, because a great friend of mine, he did the whole Trinidad James Don't Be Safe mixtape off of Logic. So I already know how influential Logic can be. A lot of people talk about Pro Tools. Yeah. But you use Pro Tools too, right?
Yeah, I use Pro Tools here and there, yeah. You
have your own home studio?
Yes.
What's your vocal chain? Do you have your own? Or?
So really, there is a guy on YouTube, I believe his name is Crab Lord, white guy, got long hair, wears glasses. He does video tutorials on like auto-tune chains and setups in the DAWs. So I just watched a video from him. I downloaded one of his like pre-made packs or whatever, and I just from there, like throughout the years, I started tweaking little stuff like compressing, go this way. You know, taking stuff that I learned from school and applying it to his chain. So it's kind of like a mix of his chain and my chain.
So you went to school and you were still learning on the go?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Always learning, right?
Always learning. You got to teach yourself. If you want to know something, it's out there. You just got to look for it.
Yeah, that's true. With you doing your own sessions, how does that go? Do you have your own routine? You go in the room?
Yeah, so at this point, making music for me is kind of like a muscle memory thing. I don't think I've wrote a song on paper or in my phone in like 2 or 3 years maybe. So it's like a thing where I go in, I mumble the melody, and then everything just comes to me. I'm in there vibing, and everything just happens to, I don't know, it just falls in place.
Hey, so you mix it yourself too, or do you have someone else?
Yeah, I mix it as I'm going.
Oh my God.
So the mic is in front of me. I got the computer in front of me as well. I'm pressing record and turning my head.
Who's mastering?
I'm mastering it too. Everything you heard today, mastered by me, for sure.
So 100%. So who produced the project?
So I got a team of producers, 3 or 4 producers that I have been working with since I was like in high school. One of them being CJ Knowles, another one being my homeboy that I went to high school with. And yeah, I just built personal connections with them throughout the years and them kind of like helping me find my sound.
Still solid with them too?
Yeah, still solid.
Yeah, there's not a lot of people when it comes to music that you can just have long-term relationships with because it's hard.
That's true. Yeah,
so,
the industry's fucked up, man.
Yeah, but it's good because even when I see Alex Ransom, how she invited me out, Clay James came out to Takeoff, he's good friend with King Fresh, and I see how this community is very solid.
Yeah, I did my trial at Takeoff too. I was there. I
man.
remember I first moved to Atlanta. I first started going outside. I was DJing there right after their DJ, BDP, passed away, RIP, BDP.
Rest in peace.
I took over for him after that situation. I was there for a couple months, and it showed me a lot as an artist. Going to Takeoff is like the proving grounds. Like that's where you go and network. Like everybody be like, how did you meet all these people so fast? You're not even from here. Like how you make this happen? Like you go to Takeoff, if you really in there and you networking, you can meet really good people.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And just like he was talking about networking, because you can have a good face card or a bad face card.
Yeah.
Automatically, you can go to Takeoff and people will be like, yeah, he said he was going to do this session. He said he was going to do this and that.
Yeah.
But it's good to see like the solid foundation, like people trust your word from
Yeah.
when I was like, you need to kick it with Lex, he's good people. It's just good to hear positive feedback from other people instead of, yeah, he all right.
Yeah.
But when people talk highly of you, that's one reason I wanted to do this interview with you.
Yeah.
Because the vibe was dope. You had a lot of artists coming on.
Yeah. That's like one of my main things. I love helping upcoming artists just because I know how I feel to be in that position to like not always have the money to pay for an interview or not always have the money to do a music video. Like all that shit is expensive. So if you find somebody like me, a DJ, or somebody who willing to spin your music and really support you, like, you know, don't take that shit for granted.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I got people like that for my music as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like you got to have. It's not really with me when it comes to the following because there's people with hundreds of thousands of followers who don't keep their word. But from what you was talking about, you were even giving gems while you were performing. Hey, you can do all this by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
YouTube Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can.
So what was the school you went to?
I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta. It's shut down now. Yeah. They shut them down. They was doing bad. But I took what I took from the experience. It helped me in ways. It didn't waste my time. I wouldn't have changed anything, made anything different, so.
Yeah, because I went to school for audio. I went to SAE Institute.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
So, you know, we invested in our craft, but also, do you feel like the difference from, you know, going to school and then going to a session and learning from the pressure?
Honestly, I will tell you the wholehearted truth. School was nothing compared to the real life. Like, school, they didn't tell me how it was gonna be when I get out here. You gonna be in sessions till 3, 4 a.m., bro. You're not gonna get no sleep. You gonna be around the hoodlums who don't know how to control themselves, bro. You gotta, like, it's really a job. Like, you gotta learn how to do that shit. And if they not training you in that way of how you actually gonna be doing it when you get out there, then it's like, ain't no point in, you know.
But I do like having the balance of learning the terminology, going to school.
Yeah, of course.
And then going to a studio because you can go to any session and be like, you know what, I know how to handle this troubleshooting.
Yeah.
Pro Tool crash, you know what to do?
Yeah. That little shit like that, that did come in handy. I will say though, like the school I went to, they sold a lot of dreams. I feel like they told me a lot of things, like y'all gonna be in the studio, learn how to use this, y'all gonna learn this, but that wasn't the case. Yeah. You know, we never was in the studio for real. It was book work and online shit.
What kind of board did they have? Did they have like an SSL board? Or?
Yeah, it was an old SSL board. They only had one studio working for real the whole time. So
everybody was just crowding in, doing their project?
Pretty much.
One thing I did want to ask you, what's something that we can expect in the near future from you?
You know what? I'm going to give you a drop right now. You're going to be the first person to hear this. So today, I just did a release party for a project called Fine Shit Only. Valentine's Day for the ladies. This summer, I'm gonna do a project called Rap Shit Only, and it's gonna be only rap shit. So I'm working on that right now. Yeah.
Hey, when you have your session, like I would like to come through. You know.
Of course, come through.
Get some footage, learn from you.
Of course.
You know, I really appreciate this because a lot of people don't really know how to engage with other artists. You was on stage saying, "Hey, you need to network. You need to get their number."
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who don't take those little tips.
Advice at all,
And then they're at home like, man, I should have talked to this one person. They doing this, they doing that.
Yeah,
it's all about building a solid foundation. I just want to tell you, I appreciate your time.
I appreciate
doing
you
this
for coming,
quick interview.
for sure.
Hey, no problem. I'm gonna be coming to more of your events too.
Yeah, for sure. I look forward to it.
Where is it? Rockland One?
Rockland One, RL1. Shout out Rock. Shout out Rockland One Radio for sure.
Yeah, appreciate it. So what is the Plug Me In show?
So when I was 14, I went to this school in Charlotte called With These Hands DJ Academy. It was sponsored by Sprite at the time. From there, I learned how to DJ, use all the DJ boards. It's something that my parents, I was fortunate enough for them to put me in it and me to learn it while I was in high school. So I started learning how to make my own money at like 16, 17, just from doing parties here, there, you know, in the basement, the kickback down the street, the high school prom party afterwards, you know, shit like that. So I did that for a minute, just basically learned that. And I moved down here. I met Rock and I started a show to help upcoming artists be able to get interviews for a cheaper price than what they would pay the man.
Yeah, that's true. kind of like, I wouldn't say a middleman, but it's just like, you know, a best kept secret in a way.
Yeah. The hole in the wall.
Yeah,
Definitely.
hey, it's needed for like not just independent artists, but those who's trying to find like solid ground.
Yeah.
Because this is needed.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize for you to build and grow, you need to start somewhere. Everybody thinking like, man, I'm gonna create this song and I'm gonna go
I'm gonna
viral.
just post on Instagram. Like, that's what it be. I'm gonna post on Instagram. I'm finna blow up tonight. I'm finna blow up tomorrow. That's not how it works. Go get you a few YouTube interviews by 5 different platforms. You gotta go on different platforms. You gotta be seen from different algorithms. It's not like a thing where you can just post and then you gone. Like, nah.
Yeah, it takes time. And I see the development. Like you was talking about, you started like 14, where you at now?
Yeah, it's crazy because I'm not gonna lie, when I first started making music, I had the 1,000, 2,000 followers. But one thing about me, I just like felt like I was better than everybody else in high school. I don't know why I felt like that, but that you should feel like that about yourself. But
Yeah,
I felt like I was
confidence.
better than everybody. I remember the first challenge I did was the 10 toes challenge. Y'all know that? I did that shit and literally everybody in my high school commented. Like I remember I got like 235 comments or some crazy shit. And then from there, like after that, that's all I had to see. Like, oh, y'all want to see me rap? Like, oh shit, like I can rap on Instagram and just get followers and shit? Like, oh yeah, that's all I gotta do? Fuck it. So from there, I ended up doing a couple challenges. I've been reposted by Nicki Minaj at this point. I've been reposted by Chris Brown, Armand and Trey. The list goes on, but I now have like 12,000 followers and some change or something like that. And it's just like, if you apply yourself, just like I was saying earlier, if you apply yourself, you want to learn something, you can do it. You just got to pay attention to what's really going on around you. Like anybody in this room really could have 5,000 followers by next week if they wanted to do it. But do you want to do it?
Yeah. So I do want to say congratulations on your release.
I appreciate you.
Congratulations on your follower, because
For sure.
to have 12,000, that's engaging. Because I was looking at your post, I'm like, okay, it's just not a numbers game. Some people, I know someone with 90,000 followers and he only gets like 2 comments.
Yeah, nah, this ain't that.
Yeah.
This ain't that. This ain't that.
Yeah. But again, I do want to say I appreciate you coming out to your event for me to do the interview with you.
Of course.
You know, things happen for a reason. But again, man, thank you for this time, Lex.
For sure, I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. For everybody watching, listening, keep tuning in.
Yeah, y'all keep tuning in. Yeah.